Okay guys, we're here for one of the easiest fights we have for this set of bosses. Slon the Rook. Slon the Rook? Is it Slon the Rook? Anyway, yeah, this guy's easy, and as usual, I'm not really even going to go over much, other than, here's our current levels. Clayton's cursed because I gave him a certain piece of armor. He's level 30, Wixie's level 25, and Godian is 33. That's all you need to know, because the strategy is going to be simple. We're just going to jump right in. For boss time. I'll go over stuff more when we do Ladja. But anyway, so for this, we're going to have Goodian just attack. Clayton's going to be giving this guy a tongue lashing, and we're going to have Wixie here go ahead, our newest person, go ahead and Pax-a-Punch Goodian. I'll go over Wixie again with Ladja. For now, Wixie's just here to help us. So you're going to attack, you're going to tongue lash, and you should just keep frizzling. But let's just say that Wixie and Clayton are very flawed individuals. But at least they have some helpful abilities, though I will say Wixie arguably is a little worse than Clayton. Clayton at least has the HP and some buffs that actually can help us, while Wixie has Frizzle and Flame Breath, which are the second most powerful single attacking spell, and third best fire breath attack? I'm not sure. It can do work, but it's not really worthwhile. Anyway, go ahead and frizzle. But yeah, the Pax-a-Punches are really just to speed things along, otherwise this would take even longer. And you guys have seen me just spam the Scarecrow over and over before. Terror Crow, excuse me. So you're just better off giving this guy a tongue lashing, which I think has a better success rate. I'm not positive. I'm not sure how status effects necessarily work, but yeah, this is just it. You just keep doing this over and over. If Clayton gets down too far in HP, have someone heal him, and that's fine enough. But for the most part, you don't really have to worry, even though he does big damage to us. If you really want to, you could also just kabuff instead, but it feels like that takes longer, and you'd have to heal more often than necessary. This feels like a more direct approach of how to beat the crap out of him. Yeah, tongue lashing is actually failing a little more often than I would like, but the good thing is Godian is basically just a big heal dude right now. I have him on the Miracle Sword with the Sacred Armor, so... Anyway, that's it for Slon. I will meet you at Ladja, and we'll go over things a little more in depth. I'll see you there. Okay guys, we're here at Ladja, and now I can go over Wixie a little bit better here. Alright, so I did level up all along the way getting to Ladja, so we'll get into it. But for now, let's go over our stats here. I gave Godian the Meteorite Arm Bracer, so that's why his agility is crazy right now, but it also is good for whenever he needs to full heal emergencies, I mean. You can see, like, again, well-rounded stats. His strength is amazing. I think I gave him some strength seeds earlier. Keep in mind I do these recordings spaced out in different days, so my memory is not the best, but I believe I gave him some strength seeds to give him better attack. Then we have Clayton, the Mudraker. Agility is 0 because I gave him the Hella's armor to give them better breath resistance. He needs it, and he basically is always going to go last anyway, so it makes sense for him to have it. But yeah, still just all strength and big HP balloon with not very good defense, even though he has pretty good equipment options at least. And now for Wixie, well, first things first, Wixie has a somewhat similar stat set to Clayton, in that they have a little bit more HP, have, for some reason, pretty good strength, but all the other stats kind of are more average. Like, if you compare them, Wixie has a little bit better resilience, a little bit better wisdom, but a little less strength to make up for it. A lot more luck, that's for sure. And they also have a little bit better MP with a little less quite a bit less HP, because they actually have some spells, and we saw some of them before. Now, one thing, let's go over the items next. I mean, I have Godian on the Miracle Sword and Sacred Armor to give him, like, the super tank status. It lets him keep self-healing and all that, which is why I believe I gave him those strength seeds. Tempest Shield has the same breath resistance as the Dragon Shield, just better defense, so may as well give it to him since he can equip it. Thinking Cap's the best helmet he can have at the moment. And Elfin Elixir I picked up at, I think, the Fairy Lay TNT board. As for items, just one emergency Yigleaf and Elfin Elixir. The Zenithian Sword was an option I was playing around with, but I don't think it's necessary. It just prolongs the fight. And a Pax-a-Punch, because we're going to want to have our attack up. Now, for Clayton, I have the Metal King Sword. All three of these guys can equip the Metal King Sword, but I'm trying to limit myself with the, just like last time, where with the Whip, Greenham Whip, I think it was. I think multiple people could equip it, but I wanted to only have one, or maybe I'm thinking of the Metal King Sword. I can't remember. In any case, just one of each casino weapon is allowed in these challenge runs, unless there's no other choice. That's how I'm working this anyway. So I gave him the Metal King Sword because he has the next best highest attack, and that kind of works for him. Hela's armor, it's going to give him the breath resistance he needs, even though it cuts his agility down. Dragon Shield is the best shield he can equip because I don't believe he can equip the Tempest Shield. Either that or I didn't have money at the time. It's one or the other, but I'm pretty sure they can't equip it. And Thinking Cap, all three of them can equip the same. Clayton and Wixie can equip exactly the same things, but I only have access to one Hela armor at the moment, and I don't want to give multiple Metal King swords, so crude image because Clayton's luck is shit, so may as well give him something. Anyway, Icicle Dirk is just for the random battles. Same with the Magma Staff. Just needs a Yigleaf and a Pax-a-Punch for just in cases. And now Wixie. The next best equipment that he can have is the Dragon's Bane, because I don't want to give him the Metal King Sword. I don't want to have to get another Miracle Sword either, because I'm trying to make it one per person anyway. So Dragon's Bane's the next best thing. And besides, he has less attack anyway, and he could just use Frizzle or Flame Breath for very similar damage anyway. Well, at least the Frizzle he can. Devil's Armor is the best armor that they can equip. He doesn't have any breath or magic resisting armor available to him that isn't like really low defense at the moment. And Thinking Cap, same thing. Dragon Shield, same thing as Clayton. Best things that they give him. Staff of Salvation, I gave Wixie this because they're a little faster than Clayton, but they're not very fast, so they're going to be kind of playing like Helmut did in our last challenge run, kind of helping out with healing, but they're not as dedicated a healer as Helmut was, because Wixie actually has some offense on him. Staff of Divine Wrath and Anti-Magic are for the random battles. Zenithian Shield I was playing around with, but is not necessary. Wixie is going to be our support and going to be throwing Pax-a-Punches on us. So, that's it for our general setup. It's time to get started. Yes. Maybe we are remembering you. I don't know. You don't care. For boss time. Let's do this. So, to start, everyone's going to be following orders here. Clayton could just attack, but I'm going to have himself Pax-a-Punch. We're going to have Clayton... Sorry, I meant Godian is going to Pax-a-Punch himself. Sorry, misspoke. Clayton's going to buff us up a bunch, and Wixie's going to throw a Pax-a-Punch over on Clayton. Alright. Yeah, Kafrizzle's not going to be anything to Wixie, really, so that's okay. Alright, now we're going to switch Wixie over to focus on healing. You attack, and you're going to keep kabuffing. Because I think Wixie's going to survive. Cut it a little close there, I'll be honest. If he decides to attack twice, Wixie might be dead. But I do like that he Kafrizzled Wixie, because Wixie has a very good resistance to it. I think one more kabuff, and then he's done, and he can help attack. Yeah, because of we're kabuffing, he's going to be Kafrizzling a lot more. Alright, and now we're just going to attack. I'm going to let Clayton just take some of the damage, because Wixie's got it covered for the most part. It's a shame that they all can't wear the Sacred Armor, but I don't think I'd want multiple Sacred Armors anyway. I don't believe they can equip it anyway. Maybe I'll find out off-screen maybe, but I'm almost positive they don't. But the rest of the fight's going to be looking a lot like this. We're just going to be attacking with our front two. Wixie's going to be either healing or using Frizzle or Flame Breath, depending what they feel like doing, really. Mostly because Wixie doesn't know what to do, I guess, at times. And we never really have to worry about Goodian, because Goodian's going to be getting a lot of health back as they go. You didn't have to do that, Wixie, but that's okay. Well, while we're doing this monotony, I can go over this party a little bit more. Now, I mentioned before, Clayton and Wixie are kind of the weaker monsters. They don't really... They can be useful, but they're not very useful. Clayton is a poor man's Sancho, and Sancho already is, unfortunately, a bit of a poor man. He's useful, but he can be useful, but he's outclassed, you know? And Clayton already is just really outclassed. Yeah, you keep healing yourself, that's good. And then Wixie is like a poor man's Clayton almost, but with magic a little bit. I think we're going to actually have to heal this time. Why don't you go ahead and full heal Wixie? And Clayton can just focus on the attack, because Clayton has the higher attack at the moment. Not by much, but that's to be expected. I mean, technically, if we really want to, I could have Godian instead with the Metal King sword. And he'd be doing very well. I think he has better attack than Clayton right now, anyway. But I prefer to kind of spread it out, and Godian makes a pretty good paladin. A very well-rounded individual. With pretty good damn attack and great resistances. But I built this party on purpose to make it so that Godian basically has to carry the party. And only gets a reprieve, just like last monster party, only gets a reprieve once we hit Naderia. I kind of been enjoying this, though. Maybe next time maybe in the next monster party I'll do something even more where it's like only one person for even longer, but I feel like Godian is the best choice for solo anyway, a solo monster anyway, but as you can see, Bishop Ladja, done. Not a big deal. I really do think Godian probably could solo this, and maybe I'll test that out off screen and show you guys, and then show you guys if it works out. But if not, I think I'll be meeting you at the Bjorn fight, so I shall see you there. Either or. Bye-bye. Alright guys, now that you could see this, well, it turns out Godian can solo this. Now, it's going to be very boring. It's very similar to when I did a solo hero on Dragon Quest IV, where it's basically attack and heal, except there's a little bit more nuance with him. Godian is going to be utilizing the Zenithian Shield and Fairy Foil. So we're essentially going to be turtling this. And of course a Pax-a-Punch because we need his attack all the way up. I'm going to be fast-forwarding for this because, like I said, it's kind of boring, but it is possible. And so let's just show it off. This is just how good, well, Godian is. So let's do this. Yep, we're going to even fast-forward. Let's do this. So, start off with the Zenithian Shield right away because Kafrizzle can wreck Godian's shit. And then we want to do about 4 Fairy Foils. That way his attack is going to basically do nothing to us. Alright, that's 2. Let's do 3. And last one, 4. Oh, it's only 3. Okay. When I did it on my test run, it was 4. So, alright, now we want to Pax-a-Punch. Bounces off. We're going to have to put it on. There it goes, and that wrecked our shit. I'm going to have to full heal first. He's going to Kafrizzle. That's fine. Really? Double Kafrizzle? Fine. We're going to go ahead and Zenithian Shield now. If I die, then, well, that sucks, and I'll have to redo it. Okay. Now that we're set up, let's go. Alright, that's 3... 4, every 5 rounds is about when I'm going to re-up bounce. But yeah, there we go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There it goes. Because it wears off between 5 and 7 rounds, I believe, if I remember last I read. So this is the way to do it. Just have all this good gear on you, and you'll be able to do it. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and refresh. And that might have only been 4 rounds, but that's okay. But, yeah, it's possible, because Godian is that good. I mean, again, Caprizzle would normally wreck his shit, but if you don't have to worry about it, then you could do it. It's kind of similar to when I did, not yet. I don't think it's time yet. It's kind of similar to when I did, the son and daughter run. Oh, there it is. And then he Caprizzle. That's okay, we can out-heal him. Sacred Armor and Miracle Sword make this pretty easy to survive for the most part. But we are getting a little unlucky. I'm going to go ahead and safety Zenithian Shield now, because that's the only way he might sneak up and kill us. But yeah, he's getting a little bit more turns for himself. Let's Zenithian Shield. Because normally he doesn't get as many turns. It's only 1 to 2 turns. It's not always 2 turns. But, yeah. This is why I mentioned how good Slime Knight is. And I did consider making this a solo run, but I was like, that just seems annoying. I think that was Ladja that bounce went down, but now my bounce went down. But there you go. Goodian soloing Ladja. I know it's not the most exciting, but I just wanted to prove it can be done. Maybe I'll do that for Bjorn, but I really doubt it, because I don't think I really want to. Anyway, I will see you at Bjorn.